Hey guys, I'm Casey if you don't know me, and during the pandemic, like most people, I lived a very sedentary lifestyle and I gained quite a bit of weight. I was actually the heaviest I have ever been in my entire life. During the pandemic, I was working in an ER, so on the front line of everything. Definitely kind of used food as a coping mechanism for everything that was going on at the time. Not to mention we were in lockdown, so just living that very sedentary lifestyle. At one point, I was almost 200 pounds. Since then, I have adopted a much healthier lifestyle. I'm staying active, eating whole foods, and just overall much better. But I was able to do all these things while working night shift, which I know can be such a huge struggle to those people that work night shift. Number one, night shift is not good for you. It is absolutely awful for your body. So this week, I thought it would be really cool to show you guys kind of a glimpse in my work week and how I'm able to balance working out and working night shift. So today is Monday. We have work today. It is about 10 a.m. I've been awake since 8 a.m. I've had some breakfast, just kind of chilling. We are about to hit the gym. So usually my strategy for my first night shift, it varies. There's two things I can do. I either stay up late the night before, so then today I would sleep in and then go straight to work, or I wake up at a normal time and nap. So today we are going to be doing the napping strategy. So I want to hit the gym before I go to work because I am going to take some pre-workout, make sure I'm nice awake and whatnot. But I'm actually super sore. I did like some negative pull-ups the other day and my upper body is super sore. So I want to give myself a quick little massage before I head off to the gym. So I need to be honest with you guys. I just took a nap. I turned the camera off and I was gonna get ready to do some stuff, and I literally just got hit with a wave of feeling tired, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna nap. So it's now 3 o'clock. I more woke up around 2. I just had some lunch because my stomach was growling. So I have the gym fit on, and I am just a little bit sore, so I want to go ahead and just use my massage gun. That is going to be one of my tips for how I work night shift and am able to work out. Recovery is so important, just because obviously you're working night shift, you're not getting optimal sleep because you are sleeping opposite of when your body thinks you should be sleeping. So recovery is so important, and my massage gun is like my little secret weapon to make sure that I'm recovered, I'm not as sore, and I can still hit the gym and get good quality sessions. This portion of the video is sponsored by Bob and Brad. Thank you so much for sponsoring this video. They upgraded me to this T2 massage gun. Look at this nice massage gun. Oh my gosh. So it's super nice. This comes with 5 different attachment heads. So to do kind of my forearm area, I want to make sure I'm not using an attachment head that is too rough, just because the muscle is really close to the surface here. So I am using this nice widened head. It's kind of got like a flat point, and then it actually has air in it. So it's very cushiony. And I'm gonna go ahead and hit my forearms. I always start on the lowest speed and then work my way up. Ooh, baby. And so this head is great for hitting smaller muscle groups because, like I said, it's got that little air pocket in it. So it is still giving me a great massage, but it's just not as intense as some of the other heads. As I mentioned, my lats were feeling sore, so I'll probably use either one of these 2 heads. This one I like to call the Bullet. I'm not sure if that's actually its name, but it's really dense and pointy, so it really lets you target specific sore areas. This one, very similar to the Bullet, but has a little bit of a flatter head, so it's a little bit more gentle. Because I'm used to doing massages, I'm gonna go ahead and go in with the Bullet for my lats. I love it because it really helps me target those specific sore areas. Now, it's very important when you're using this harder massage head that you don't go over any bony areas, otherwise that can be kind of painful. So like I said, what's kind of hurting me is the lats, like the back of my arms. But if I was having like some neck pain or some spinal pain, I would want to make sure I'm going in with one of these really nice soft guys around any bony areas, just because, you know, this hitting a bone would not feel good. A tip I want to give you guys is that sometimes when I'm going over a bony area or an area that doesn't have a lot of tissue, you'll see I'm going in at an angle versus straight on. Straight on is obviously going to be way more intense. If you're a first-time massage user, it can be more gentle and kind of feel better to go in a little bit at an angle. Love my Bob and Brad massage gun. These are absolutely great if you're an avid gym goer, you get sore. I think this is the best thing next to going and obviously getting an actual massage. This obviously will pay for itself. It's rechargeable. You can use it as many times as you want, and the different attachment heads makes it so nice that you can personalize it for your muscle group or how sore you are. I will make sure I link both of these Bob and Brad massage guns down below. And thank you, Bob and Brad, for sponsoring this part of the video. Like a lot of people, I'm tired. Sometimes I'm unmotivated and I just don't feel like going to the gym. And that is why I do this. I take these two supplements. So this is pre-workout. Essentially, it just has a bunch of caffeine in it. It kind of like makes you feel like a gym bro and you're like, time to go lift Arnold Schwarzenegger. When I do not want to go to the gym, this is what I take. I really like this flavor too. This is the cherry candy. Disclaimer, I am an affiliate for this company, but if I wasn't taking this pre-workout, I would be taking another pre-workout, but obviously that is my favorite pre-workout. And then I take creatine. Not to get too much into a biology lesson with you guys, but creatine allows for additional production of ATP, which are produced in the mitochondria. If you remember, the mitochondria are the powerhouse of the cell. Additional ATP allows for the mitochondria to do more work. Your muscles doing more work allows you to build bigger muscles. That was kind of the quick 10-second rundown on creatine, why I take it, helps you get bigger muscles naturally, because we are hashtag natty around here. But I don't want this whole vlog to come off as an ad to you guys. So take whatever caffeine source you want. Personally, my favorite is pre-workout. If you just want to go ahead, pop an energy drink, there are even caffeine pills. But I especially like taking pre-workout. This specific pre-workout will keep me going at least, when I'm taking it at 3, it'll keep me going for at least like 6 hours personally. Obviously every person's different. So I like taking it before I go to work because obviously it will sustain me during my shift and I'll be very well caffeinated during my shift because this bad boy right here has 200 milligrams of caffeine, okay? So, you know, if this don't get you going, I really can't help you. And then I take a scoop of, why am I slurring my words? I take a scoop of creatine every day, even if I'm not working out. Something to note though, just if you're like newer to working out, I do not take pre-workout if I am gonna do cardio. Caffeine is a stimulant, obviously raises the heart rate. Cardio raises the heart rate. One time I took pre-workout and I hopped on that stair stepper. My heart rate was 220. And I said, oh dear Lord, I need to stop and relax. So that is my word to the wise. Do not do pre-workout and cardio on the same day. But we have on the cute gym fit. We've got the pre. Let's get headed to the gym. Just to like keep track of time for you guys, it is 3:26. Hopefully I'll get to the gym by 3:40. I'm super lucky. I live really close to my gym. Just so you guys know, like timing wise, working night shift. So my nap today, basically after I turned off the camera with you guys, I got super tired. So I napped from 11 to 2. And then last night I slept from midnight to 8 a.m. And that is how I am sleeping for my first day of night shift.
We're moving through the night like we're from a different star, flying over streets and our broken hearts. But they can't even touch us, we found a different beat. Paradise is waiting and we bought the lead. Oh, getting caught in the mist, there's so many that never get out of. They're feeding the fears and the doubts. Ooh,
I have showered, I'm all nice and clean, and I packed my lunch for work. And I've been getting questions about what I take to work. So because I work out, I get really, really hungry. So I bring quite a bit to work. This is my gigantic lunchbox. I got it on Amazon and I love it because this top compartment is actually expandable, so I can put more food in there if I need to. But so today's lunch lineup, I have some leftover Thai food, so I figured why not polish that off at work. This is a whole container of watermelon. I absolutely love watermelon. I love to bring like an entree and then lots of snacks, if that makes sense, because usually I have time to sit down and eat a full meal, and then the rest of the evening is just snacking and whatnot. Then I have some pasta that I meal prepped last night. And then this is a turkey Caesar wrap, and I will grab some chips to go with that. And for drinks tonight, I will bring one energy drink, but I am gonna try not to drink this because I've already had 200 milligrams of caffeine today. But with the ER just being so unpredictable, gotta be prepared. And then I am gonna bring this liquid IV because sometimes I just want something other than water to drink. And so this is just like a nice, good little alternative. Still gives me flavor. It just like makes me happy because I try not to drink soda at work. Usually I would bring a Poppy, which is like a prebiotic soda, but unfortunately I ran out, so I will have to definitely go get some tomorrow since I'm off. All right, I am headed in for shift number 1. I will see you guys in 12 hours. You think your bagel and lox is more filling than my cold pizza?
Yeah.
I don't know, this looks pretty nutritious and delicious.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, y'all, I'm tired. I'm gonna shower, go to bed. I'm not gonna set any alarms. I wake up when I wake up, and I'll see you then. So I've got these, I don't know if I already explained this. I have 24 hours off, and then I go back to work Wednesday and Thursday. So tomorrow is all just gonna be about rest and recovery. All right?
Yeah.
Totes my goats.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm really excited because it's cloudy out. And if you work night shift, then you know cloudy, rainy days are the best days to get sleep because then now my room will be extra dark because the sun isn't shining in. And I don't know about you guys, but just sleeping in the rain hits different. Is there anything you would like to say to the vlog?
Cream cheese and bagels and salmon is good.
Oh my god.
Even if it's vegan cream cheese.
Do you want to ask them why they watch me?
What?
If we weren't dating, would you watch my YouTube videos?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Why not?
I'm not your target audience.
That is a safe answer right there, ladies and gentlemen. That is the politically correct answer. You wouldn't watch it because I'm cute?
No.
What's up, guys? It's like 8:48 p.m. I woke up at 4 today, and I just ran some errands with Torin, and now we're cooking dinner.
And I'm finally...
I'm finally taking down Torin's birthday decorations. They've literally been up since his birthday, July 10th.
I had to use the helium. We are back in the kitchen. It's later now. Torin has gone to bed. I just wanted to spend some time with him before he had to go to bed, just because I have 2 more shifts coming up, so we're gonna be on opposite schedules. Sorry if I was acting a little bit loopy earlier. I just was being so silly with the helium and the balloon, and I just I don't know about you guys, but like when I was a kid and we all had helium balloons, we would like suck the air and talk with that funny voice all the time. So it just makes me feel like such a kid and so happy. So it is late at night. I definitely wanted to go to the gym earlier than this, but I started doing some laundry, and then I actually sat down and watched a couple episodes of my show. If you guys didn't know, I'm like a huge kid at heart. I'm actually rewatching is it H2O Mermaids? It's on Netflix, but I used to watch it all the time when I was a kid, especially during the summer, because it just gives like such good summer vibes. And it's on Netflix, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna start watching it again. And I just got sucked in, and I literally just watched 4 episodes right now. If you guys don't know, I'm like a huge freaking kid at heart. I love all things Disney and whatnot, and I just love acting silly, goofy, all the things. I've actually never gone to my gym this late, so I'm really curious to see if there's going to be anyone else there. I'm super lucky because my gym is 24 hours, so I can go whenever I want. So I'll be honest with you guys, I've been dragging all day. This is the first time I've had caffeine. Switching over to night shift like this time around, I feel like the first day is always really bad, but today I've just felt like super tired for some reason. Like honestly, I could go back to sleep if I wanted to right now. So I'm just taking less than an entire scoop, just enough to like get me up and going for this workout, but I don't want to be like zinging the entire night. I'm hoping to go to bed around 5 a.m. today. That way I'm still in night shift schedule. So I was expecting like 1 or 2 cars. There are a decent amount of people here this late, so this should be interesting to be on the late night workout crew.
Call me Bucky, niggas lucky that I'm innocent. If I didn't have no morals, I'd be menacing. How about nigga rapping conscious but he ignorant? How he from the hood but still gon' go legitimate? How he fuck a bunch of bitches but they still respect the women? He's the rolling in Sonata, he just got the windows tinted. Homie stabbed me in the back and that can never be forgiven. And my palms been itching, man, I like the superstition. You can't have my phone number unless we running up the digits. Let me meditate, I just need a couple minutes. Tryna low by me, my cojones to the big ass. Bitch, I get high. I ain't looking at the clock, still ballin' like Brian. Yeah, I'm headed to the Bucks, then I'm ballin' like yeah. I ain't looking at the clock, still ballin' like Brian. Bitch, I get, bitch, I get, bitch, I get. Let me meditate, then I celebrate. Tryna get the cake, I don't take a break. Yeah, bitch, wait. Grew up in the 90s, we was watching Ricky Lake. We was eating top ramen, no a TV dinner plate. Made a couple dollars, so I probably get the steak. Go on out at John and Venice, I told Quentin I'll be late. Ay, I'm so epidemic, I'ma cause an epidemic. Put my feet up.
Your girl is all nice and showered up and clean. Also, hopefully you guys can hear me because it just started literally downpouring rain. All right, so I am gonna go ahead and just have a little protein shake. So I know it can literally seem impossible to try to stay healthy while working night shift, but if you really prioritize and plan ahead, it is totally doable. So don't get me wrong, going to the gym is obviously super important, but what you are fueling your body with and your nutrition is even more important than staying active. So I really try to focus on meal prepping. So my shifts did start on a Monday. So that Sunday, I didn't film for you guys, but now I'm like kind of kicking myself because I should have filmed my meal prep for you guys. I meal prepped a meal And then tonight, and when I meal prep, you guys, I make minimum 6 servings. Like, I'm not just prepping for one individual meal, I buy a lot. And don't think that it needs to be like boring meal prep. I should actually film a whole video about what I eat during the week. I eat some good ass food because your girl is hungry, and everyone is always ordering pizza. They're ordering late night Taco Bell. They are door dashing, they're Uber Eatsing, all the late night delicious junk food that releases the serotonin and the dopamine. But is it good for you? Is it good for your arteries? No. So I eat some really good delish food. So this week I meal prepped. It's a creamy tomato pasta, and I use chickpea pasta to get more protein, and it's a little bit better for you than just regular old traditional pasta. And did y'all hear that? And then today, Torin and I when we went to the grocery store, we bought deli meat. Now, one thing I do is I buy a little bit more expensive deli meat. I buy Boar's Head. They're a more like top of the line deli meat. I know they're pricey, but I do really like to bring a good sandwich to work. And then I buy like the fresh bread from the bakery. It's got less preservatives in it. Literally the ingredients are salt, flour, and well, let's look at the ingredients. So literally the ingredients on this bread are flour, salt, yeast, and water. That is it, y'all. And this is like fresh bread, and it will get mold on it if I don't eat it in the first week. So it's so much better than that Sara Lee, that other crap that sits on the shelf. So I found that if I bring a good lunch with me, like food I actually want to eat, food that excites me, I'm less likely to give in to if someone brings in cupcakes, if someone brings in cookies, if someone orders pizza. Now, don't get me wrong. I like having sweets. I will eat the occasional slice of pizza, but for me, it's gotta be like good and worth it. Because if I eat a bunch of crap, I will feel like crap. And so for me, it's just like fueling my body with whole foods, I found is a great way to stay healthy and to stay fit, even while working night shift. And I know like if, like let's say you're kind of making that transition to a healthier lifestyle, it can feel hard at first, but the biggest thing is like not to restrict yourself. For me, it's literally just a preference. Like if I have this amazing pasta that I made with all these fresh, yummy ingredients, I have my like yummy, fresh, homemade Caesar wrap with homemade Caesar dressing. That Domino's pizza doesn't look too enticing, to be honest. You know what I mean? So it's just a matter of finding things that you want to eat and things that excite you for when you go to work. Also, if you are working out, it's super important that you are getting enough protein. The amount of protein you're supposed to have varies on a lot of things. Depends on your goals. You need to do your own research on the amount of protein you need to have. But like for me, I'm trying to build muscle, so I am trying to definitely make sure I am getting in enough protein. So I'm gonna have a shake here, and then honestly, I think I'm gonna eat some dinner. And it is 2:40 right now, so I might start thinking about going to bed. I'll probably bring my iPad to bed and I'll read in there. Torin is fast asleep, I am sure right now, so like my iPad won't bother him because I'll put it on like the low night mode, so he can't even like see or anything. It shouldn't disturb him at all.
Reel me in to get it going, open me up. Sweet talking like you mean it, but you're making it so complicated. I fucking hate it. Every time I get too close, you push me away. Don't wanna stay, telling me you don't want any obligations, and how you hate them. Don't call me just 'cause you're lonely. You know you're killing me slowly. No. Maybe I'm yours, maybe I'm not. I think about it way too much, and every single thought is making me. Give me something straight from your heart. All this insecurity is tearing me apart. You're making me sleepless. You're making me sleepless. Yeah. I keep losing in this game of playing pretend. I don't wanna be a 4 a.m. I'm suffocating just by waiting on you. So don't call me just 'cause you're lonely. You know you're killing me slowly. Nah, maybe I'm yours, maybe I'm not. I think about it way too much, and every single thought is making me give me something straight from your heart. All this insecurity is tearing me apart. You're making me sleepless. Maybe I'm not. I think about it way too much, and every single thought is making me give me something straight from your heart. All this insecurity is tearing me apart. You're making me don't call me just 'cause you're lonely. You know you're killing me slowly. Nah, maybe I'm yours, maybe I'm not. I think about it way too much.
I am about to head out, freshly showered, changed, packed my lunch, but I'm already sore from that lower body workout. So I am just gonna give myself a quick, oh baby. Give myself a quick massage before I head off to work, just because I'm gonna be on my feet for 12 hours. So I wanna make sure that my muscles are feeling good. Ooh, you guys, this fork attachment, man, does it get in there. Torn, you wanna feel it?
I'm alright.
Well, too bad, you're gonna feel it. This is the lowest setting. Ready? Feel good?
Yeah.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
Whew. Get in there. Hello, you guys. It is the next day. I didn't film this morning when I got off work because I was so tired. I literally just wanted to shower, go to bed. But last night was a really good shift. I started off my shift just like in the department, doing things and whatnot, did a lot of EKGs, which I really enjoy because I took a physiology class, and so I'm really trying to practice like distinguishing between different rhythms. And so if you plan on teching, it's really important to know what a normal EKG looks like, what an abnormal EKG looks like, and a critical EKG. So hopefully this time, I realized my last vlog when I talked to you guys, I said I would put some stuff on the screen. I'm actually gonna do it. So these are the basic rhythms that you should know just if you're going to be a tech, and I will actually put them up on the screen this time. Sorry about last vlog, I totally forgot while I was editing. But then I actually assisted ENT with a procedure. There was a patient who was having a severe nosebleed. It was actually an arterial bleed, and the bleeding was uncontrolled, and it was unfortunately like they had already been seen for this previously. So we had to do some more extreme measures. We initially started by packing the nose with some dissolving gauze, but unfortunately that failed and it didn't control the bleeding. So then we ended up putting a medication called TXA and soaking it in the gauze, and that packing seemed to help. But what's really important to note with patients that have nosebleeds is that that bleeding can run down the throat, and blood, the pH of blood is basic, and the pH of your stomach is very acidic. And so by mixing those different pHs in the stomach, by having blood go down the throat and into the stomach, can actually cause vomiting. And it can be very scary because these patients have blood running down their throat and then they're also vomiting. So it's a huge airway risk, because then their nose is compromised because they're bleeding down their nose, they're vomiting out of their throat. So these patients can actually take turns pretty quickly and become critical very fast. So it's very important that we control their bleeding. So if you do have a patient with a nosebleed, I know it's like an old wives' tale. Everyone says pinch your nose and tilt it up. That is actually what you do not want to do, because you're having all that blood run down your throat and you risk throwing it up. You want the patient to apply pressure and lean forward, sit them upright as much as possible. And so for medications, this patient had an IV started, so they were given fluids because they were bleeding, so we're trying to do fluid replacement. And then also they were given Zofran to control the vomiting. And then the packing procedure that ENT did was pretty painful, so they were given fentanyl for pain management. And then later that evening, we had a patient who had a seizure. And it was really wild because I had just finished transporting a patient, and so I was coming around the corner, and all of a sudden the patient's visitor screamed out for help, and I ran into the room, and the patient was full tonic-clonic seizing. So it's really important to make sure when you have a seizing patient, the first thing you want to do is manage their airway. So roll them on their side. Make sure any secretions, any drool are able to dribble out the side, and they're not gonna aspirate any of those. Then once more help starts coming in, someone set up suction, we started suctioning the airway, and then the patient became apneic, so we applied a non-rebreather to give them supplemental oxygen, and then another nurse went ahead and pulled Ativan, which will help bring the patient out of the seizure. So tech-wise, obviously we can't pull meds, but we can manage the airway. So if you're a tech, you want to be making sure you're rolling that patient on their side. If someone has already done that, go ahead and get suction and supplemental oxygen set up. And that is your job tech-wise. And then if those roles have already been filled, it's really important that someone comforts the family in this moment, or the visitors, or whoever is in the room, because they don't understand what's going on. And so you just being there and telling them, hey, like, you know, they're having a seizure, we are doing this, this, and this to control it. Someone just kind of narrating what's going on, because most people in medicine don't quite understand what is happening. So then that patient post-seizure had a CT. We gave them supplemental oxygen just because they did have an apneic episode in the seizure, but they already had admit orders. So just when the nurse called report, they updated the nurse about the seizure in the department. And then that patient, I don't know what care was going to go on inpatient. I assume that patient was going to get like more imaging, more labs done, stuff like that. But it was a really good night. I feel that's like one of the things I love about the ER is the diversity I get to see. Like, I was able to help ENT, I was able to partake in, like, help manage a patient's seizure. So I really like that about the ER, is the diversity of patients. I get to see a lot. Working night shift especially, you get to be super hands-on. There was actually a tech, she usually works day shift, and she assisted with the seizure, and she was like, oh my gosh, like, I've never been able to be like directly at the bedside giving patient care, because she's like, usually during day shift there's so many people around, like there's nothing to do. Oh, I also totally forgot, when we applied the supplemental oxygen, the patient required a jaw thrust, just because their tongue was in the way, so they weren't having like good respirations, they were having snoring respirations. So if you have a patient that's having snoring respirations, you literally want to grab onto the jaw and tilt it forward, and your goal is to just get the tongue out of the way so that the patient can get adequate breaths. But if you guys have any questions about what I talked about, please drop a comment down below. I love to share these stories with you guys to hopefully help educate you. So if you are ever in a similar situation, you can be like, oh, well, I remember when Casey talked about this in her YouTube video, and you just have a little bit of background, because I know the first time you're ever in a situation like that, it can be kind of scary and it can be kind of overwhelming. So it's just nice to hear it from someone else. Obviously, like, all of this stuff I'm telling you guys need to follow your specific facility's protocol and stay within your scope of practice. So whatever you're doing, make sure you're doing those things. But honestly, I'm just gonna chill before my shift. So usually what I do when I'm working 3 shifts is I work out the first 2 shifts, but then the last shift, since I'm so tired, I just hang out and chill, which is what Torian and I are just gonna do. I'm literally gonna park my butt on this couch for like the next hour before work and just watch TV. And you know what? That's what my body freaking needs because I am so tired, you guys. All right, Torian, I know you heard me talking. If someone's seizing, what are you gonna do?
Keep them on their side.
Why?
Yeah. So they don't aspirate.
Yeah, to
their
protect
vomit.
their airway. Look at you. Tech Torian.
Yes.
You gonna get EMT license now?
No.
What is the most common seizure medication given in the ER?
Ativan.
Yeah. Do you know what its mechanism of action is? I don't personally.
It
I'm asking
is
you. Is it a GABA?
It's a GABA
inhibitor?
agonist.
It's an GABA agonist. Torian used to work in pharmacy, so I love to ask him questions because he knows all these things. I am literally on my way to work eating a hot dog. Hot dog in my hand. I am chaotic. This is chaotic. Sometimes I'm organized, y'all, and then sometimes we are eating the hot dog, ketchup dripping down the fingers in the car. There's no in between.
Don't call me just 'cause you're lonely.